Well, Alex, Kurt, gentlemen, welcome to the Forge. This is a competition we are calling Gladiators of the Forge. We're going to start off today with the two of you going head-to-head in a forging competition where you'll be building a blade from start to finish. Now, when the time runs out, you're going to turn those blades over, and they're going to be put through a series of tests by our esteemed judges. All right, we got to figure out what you're both going to be building from our wall of Roman weapons, all featured in history's miniseries event Colosseum, as well as the forge welding technique that you're both going to use. We're going to leave it up to a coin toss. Now, gentlemen, this coin comes from the Roman Empire, and it dates back about 2,000 years, and it's going to decide which one of you gets a choice first. Alex, if this coin lands on heads, you get to pick either the weapon you want to build, or you choose the forge welding technique. Kurt, if it lands on tails, you choose first. Now, whatever aspect of the challenge hasn't been chosen by the first smith, the other guy's going to get the choice. Here we go. All right, gentlemen, it landed on heads. Alex, you get the choice. Do you want to pick the weapon that you guys are going to be building, or do you want to go with the technique?
I'll pick the weapon.
All right, we've got 10 weapons here on the wall of Roman weapons. Make your choice.
I like the look of that Fox. That looks like a fun build.
Fox, all right. Your blade length, measured from tip to where the cutting edge ends in a straight line, needs to be between 23 and 25 inches. Your blade needs to have a depth of curve of at least 3 inches. You need to have fuller on both sides of your blade and a handle. It includes a pommel. Now, Alex, you get to choose the weapon. Kurt, that means you get to choose the forge welding technique that you both must use.
I don't do a whole lot of long blades, so I want something that I'm comfortable with.
What do you got?
Let's do Twisted Damascus.
All right, Twisted Damascus. All right, gentlemen, you will only have 8 hours of forging to complete this. At 5.5 hours into this competition, your forges will be turned off. Good luck, stay sharp. Your time starts now.
I really want to have a vibrant pattern, and I find that super high layer counts have this tendency to not show up super well. So I stack my steel, 215 and 20, 21095, et cetera, et cetera. And what this does is it lowers my layer count.
You can do a low layer twist and it can be bold and really cool, but when it's that wide, a low layer twist just kind of looks like a couple of stripes going across it.
My plan for the billet is to start with 20 layers, cut the billet in half so I can get to 40 layers. That will help me really make the blade stand out. It looks like the forged welds have taken. I'm extremely happy, so now I just need to begin stretching this billet out. Pretty is not a parameter. However, I think Alex is going to turn in a very good blade. So my only hope is that having the 40 layers instead of the 20 layers is what ends up winning this competition.
So now I'm ready to twist. This is a real do or die moment. Every single one of those forge welds has the chance to just burst apart at this point. And there's nothing really you can do other than start over. Why do they not bolt this vise to the floor? It's moving all around. It's really hard to get a purchase on. But twist is one of the parameters.
I want to get enough twist that you really get to see that nice twist pattern. However, if I twist too much, there's a chance that I end up cutting the billet in half.
Bladesmiths, we are officially at the halfway mark. You have 4 hours left.
So now it's time to quench.
Keeping that long, thin curve evenly heated, quenching's gonna be tricky.
Alex quenched.
Well, that's biting. My heart sinks. I have to quench again. I am very nervous.
Here we go. All right, Alex just quenched for a second time.
Oh yeah, much better.
Good. It looks like it's within parameters, so get ready for heat treat.
Kurt is in the oil. Now we have 2 quenched blades.
After the quench, I start working on the finishing profile, getting everything to that final shape. I noticed some cold shuts. That's a weak point, and if this blade gets hit hard against something, it could very easily break. I need to fix that.
Bladesmiths, you're down to the final 30 minutes.
Now that my handles fit up, it's time to start getting a real edge on this thing. I glance over at Kurt, and he's made this beautiful Damascus blade. I'm gonna need to make sure that I come out swinging, pun intended, with a really good edge geometry. I'm not sure how well I pull it off, but we'll see. I think my blade will make it to the end.
At this point, I can really do some finish work. I spent a lot of extra time to get the 40 layers, so I want to make sure that the pattern is clearly visible. Perfect.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, turn off your machines, put down your tools. The first round of our gladiator competition is over.
Bladesmiths, welcome to our strength test, our gladiator armor chop. Alex, you're up first. You ready to go, man?
For honor, for glory, and for advancement in this bladesmithing competition, lay on.
I will do that.
My heart's beating hard. This is gonna be a brutal test. I'm hoping that it'll make it through.
Nice job, Alex.
Thank you, Jay.
Your blade's still straight. I love Twist Damascus, but the problem is you can't see it at all on your blade. You got a couple little rolls on the edge, nothing major. Everything's still tight. You do have a bit of an offset on your tip now, but for a beating like that, that's not too bad. So overall, good job.
Thank you.
All right, Kurt, how you feeling, man?
Go for it.
I can do that.
Jay Nielsen scares me. He's going to just smash my blade into this armor.
All right, good job, Kurt, you survived. First off, love the Damascus pattern. This came out very nice. You've got several delaminations, but nothing came apart. You got some dings and some dulling. Right in here at that sweet spot is where it took most of the abuse. But overall, it stayed together, nothing came loose. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, bladesmiths, this is the sharpest test, the fish slice. Alex, you're up first. You ready?
Lay on.
All right. All right, Alex, talk about your folks. Your blade's a little bit offset from that strength test, but your edge is sharp. It's got a nice feel to it. And overall, sir, good cut.
Thank you, Doug.
Kurt, your turn. So you ready?
Flay some fish.
All right, Kurt, let's talk about your folks right here. It's got a wider blade right here that it actually helps support the edge when I'm cutting. I can feel the push into the cut. You still have those delaminations, but they were not a factor in cutting the fish. Overall, sir, your weapon, you will cut.
Thank you, Doug.
The first ever Gladiator of the Forge. Kurt, congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Come on.
We want to say thank you so much for coming out and fighting hard, but unfortunately your blade did not make the cut, and Jay's going to tell you why.
Alex, I commend you both for your choice of weapons and the hard work you put into it. During the testing, you both pretty much performed equally, so we had to look at the finer details, and honestly, your competitor's blade was more refined and more symmetrical. That's why we're sending you home.
Completely understand.